Despite sitting atop the Western Conference through half the season, history suggests that the Denver Nuggets are more pretenders than contenders on account of their underwhelming defense. But in this particular season of unprecedented NBA parity, and with this particular Nikola Jokic-led cast of characters, the Nuggets say forget history. With a defense that may not be as bad as the numbers indicate, Denver has the goods to get the job done and bring home the first NBA championship in franchise history. Through 43 games, the first-place Nuggets boasted the league's most efficient offense, but also the NBA's 18th ranked defense. That formula has led to concerns Denver's regular season success won't carry over to the playoffs, given the benchmarks championship defenses traditionally have to meet. The only two teams this century to win a championship without a top 10 D were all-time aberrations. The 2017-18 Warriors ranked 11th on the defensive end, but they also enjoyed the benefit of arguably the most stacked roster in NBA history.
Pretty good.
The 2000-2001 Lakers finished the regular season 21st on D, making them by far the worst defensive team to win a title. But that team also featured prime Shaq and a young Kobe on their way to a championship three-peat. Those Lakers were good enough to rip off a 15-1 run during the playoffs once they flipped the switch. The 2001 Lakers are also one of only two teams in league history to win a title with a below-average defense, along with the 1956 Philadelphia Warriors. So, 3/4 of a century of precedent suggests that you either need elite defense to win a title or a once-in-a-generation collection of superstar talent to compensate for a poor defense. Though Jokic may well be on his way to a third straight MVP award, and he's in the conversation for best player alive, it's fair to say that the Nuggets as a team don't check either of those boxes. But there's a lot more to this team and its defense than meets the eye.
There's more to them than meets the eye.
For one, the evidence is mounting that Denver's D is a lot better than it's looked for the majority of this season. After sinking as low as 28th in defensive efficiency following an embarrassing December 16th loss to the Lakers, the Nuggets have actually been the league's second stingiest team since mid-December, with that improved D fueling a league best record and point differential over the last 5 weeks. There are a number of reasons for that stunning defensive turnaround. First and foremost, the Nuggets seemed genuinely inspired by that humiliating defeat in LA, which got them called out by head coach Michael Malone.
What are we doing out here? We're just kind of just wasting our time going through the motions. So I know our defense isn't great, but it's going to be really exposed when you turn the ball over that many times.
In addition, while both players can be defensive punching bags and each player's return from injury was seen as a detriment on that end of the court, offensive stars Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. are vastly improved defenders. Murray on the ball and at the point of attack, and Porter off the ball and as a helper. Neither Murray or Porter are necessarily plus defenders, but given their offensive contributions, even just being something around average on the less glamorous end of the court would be huge for Denver. In that sense, Murray and Porter typify this Nuggets team. Denver's offensive excellence raises the team's floor to the point the Nuggets don't even need to be that good on the defensive end. Just don't be egregiously bad.
God knows I don't ask you for much.
With Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Bruce Brown giving Malone more defensively capable weapons at his disposal, Aaron Gordon continuing to play the best two-way ball of his career, and even players like Christian Brown, Zeke Naji, and Vlatko Cancar now earning regular minutes, the Nuggets suddenly have a sneakily competent defensive rotation. And Denver's bench merely needs to hold the fort, because the team's starting lineup of Jokic, Murray, Porter, Gordon, and Caldwell-Pope is absolutely thrashing opponents, with only Golden State's championship starters performing better among the NBA's biggest minute lineup combinations. Those Nuggets starters, by the way, own a defensive rating together more than 3 points per 100 possessions better than Memphis's league leading mark.
I wasn't aware of that.
Finally, it's important to note that when we talk about the statistical profiles and defensive benchmarks of past NBA champions, we're talking about a league that looked very different than the one we're watching in 2023. Historically, the NBA has been dominated by a few teams every season, with a very clear divide between the league's haves and have-nots. The 2022-23 campaign, by comparison, has been as balanced and unpredictable as the association has ever been.
Anything
Anything is possible!
If ever there was a season where you didn't have to be quite as good or as dominant to claim the game's ultimate crown, this might be it. And if there was a team who could overcome some defensive deficiencies to emerge from a crop of imperfect contenders in that unprecedented season, why not the Joker's unstoppable Nuggets?
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button.